There's been no shooting, just shouting. No bombs exploding, just the constant blare of car horns. And only two minor confrontations between protesters and the police. Mostly anti-government demonstrations have been peaceful and calm.
It is a revolution in all senses of the word, both politically but also culturally and epoch-wise. I think it is a true revolution.
Each political rally in the past few weeks started an enthusiastic stampede to attend. Armenians driving for hours to listen to a former journalist and member of parliament who's expected to become prime minister. Nikol Pashinyan has given voice to popular opposition to the ruling Republican Party, which controlled Armenia for almost 20 years.
This is a nationwide revolution, and it's a non-violent velvet revolution which has the sympathy and support of more than 90% of Armenia's population.
Regular Armenians tired of corruption, nepotism and a weak and failing economy want to see real changes. People hang on to every Pashinyan promise of a brighter future in a belief he can improve people's lives.
This is a movement of the youth. The young people want to change their life. They grew up, they see what is happening in Europe, what is happening in Armenia. And they come back, they want to change a lot of things here. This is not a movement of one person. This is not a movement of Nikol Pashinyan.
Yerevan is the center of dissent. More than a third of Armenia's 3 million people live here, and it's where members of parliament chose a new prime minister after Serge Sargsyan resigned on April the 23rd.
A temporary prime minister was named to replace Sargsyan. Karen Karapetyan was an oil executive at one time for Russia's state-owned oil and gas company, Gazprom. He's not a well-known politician, and probably under pressure after watching tens of thousands of demonstrators taking to the streets. His ruling Republican Party here in Parliament and other factions have decided not to put up their own candidate to be Armenia's next leader.
During the past month, there's no doubting Pashinyan's popularity, but other politicians in Armenia fear he represents another form of extremism, especially after he said unless he's made prime minister, the country wouldn't have a leader.
There is always a small risk in this revolutionary situation, of course. But what we have seen the protest of the people. Not Nikol Pashinyan was blocking the street. Not Nikol Pashinyan was blocking the squares. Not Nikol Pashinyan was risking its safety with crashing with police officers. But common Armenian people, men, women, youngsters mostly.
What about Russia? How much of a wild card is Russia and watching? Because it does have, obviously, vested interest in what happens in Armenia.
Russian people, those who are in charge in Russia, they know that Armenia and the Russia people and state are connected militarily, economically, politically, culturally up till now. So this uprising is an internal thing. It's not a geopolitical issue.
The mass killings of Armenians 100 years ago and the Soviet legacy have left indelible marks on this country's history. Campaigners hope for more prosperity in Armenia and better international relations with neighboring countries.
I think that this is the beginning of the end of transition. Let's say from the post-Soviet context, a new Armenia is trying to emerge out of this. And I think that this example can be very inspiring for other post-Soviet countries as well. And I hope that this peaceful transition to a democracy will be inspiring for other countries. And it can be also a game changer for the region.
Whoever leads Armenia during the next few years will have to manage people's expectations. Elections are expected soon. Pashinyan has awakened an appetite for change to end corruption and poverty. Iolo Dafyd, The Newsmakers, Yerevan.